Hello, duckies, and welcome back to the Unnamed series. Things may look a bit different. I am actually using a different texture pack. I'm just kind of testing it out for right now, guys, because admittedly, I'm not quite sure about it. But it looks interesting, so I thought it looked a bit interesting and a bit cute. So you're just gonna have to kind of bear with me as I get used to it as well, because obviously it is quite different than what we've been using for quite a while now. I'm guessing these are poppies. Okay, yeah. There you go. Did I just... Or was that you guys? For a second there, that sounded like a drowned was somewhere. We're still on our adventure, heading away from... That's gravel. Okay. Heading away from our home and all. I know we had quite a loss last episode, but that shouldn't deter us from going out and adventuring. My last couple of days has been pretty busy, guys. Some flowers. No village, though. Snow? Snow? I see snow on the map. Oh my gosh. But yeah, our last couple of... Let me actually... No, I need your... Please. Stop running. Well, I mean, it only gave me meat. It didn't give me leather. But that's okay. Yay, leather! Okay. I've so far got 4 leather there. Oh, no, I don't... Well, maybe it's snow? Yeah, it's snow way up here. This is pretty. But yes, my last couple of days, guys, has been quite busy. You may hear Madame Rose in the background again. So, come to find, what was going on with Madame Rose was that she actually had, let me give you guys a little bit of a background on her. Captain Zanuck and I adopted Rose when she was around... Oh, wait, do I have a bed? Yes, I have a bed because the sun's going out. When she was around 4 years old, and it was the day before Christmas Eve, so December 23rd, 2016. Initially, I went to the shelter to look at a kitten that they had been showing on their site. That's... Oh, trader! Hey! Actually, let's go back down to him. But yeah, initially I went to go and look at one of these 3 kittens. They were like tortoiseshell, calico, fluffy kind of kittens. She knows I'm talking about her, and she wants to talk. Anyway, but yeah, it was, you know, they were really cute and all, but they didn't really fit into what I felt. Actually, you know what? I will trade you 5. Wait, what? No, I just want... Yeah, sure. Okay. Whatever works. Now I've got a bucket of fish. When really I just wanted a bucket, but oh well. But yes, initially I went to look at these 3 little kittens. I was only planning on getting one. And I had a name picked out and everything, but I didn't really click with any of them. So I mean, I was going to look. And the plan was, you know, okay, even if I don't come home with one of those, let's see. Anything else around here that I can even see? Maybe if we head that way, along these mountain ridges. Yeah. Bad you too, sheep. Anyway, so I didn't really click with any of the kittens that they had there, and there was this other kitten that I was semi-tempted by, but I couldn't really get to interact with that easily because it was in a area with a little Siamese kitten that was a gymnast of a cat. It just kept bouncing everywhere. And I mean, while that was absolutely adorable, I wasn't looking for a cat that was going to be a crazy cat all the time. I was looking for one that was, you know, a bit independent, but also, like, actually enjoyed, ooh, cloud level, hello, enjoyed being around their human, you know, some cuddles, you know, that sort of thing. Nothing that was going to be on me 24/7, but something that would be a companion, a good companion. And that was mainly because I needed an animal that was okay with me coming up to it when I was upset and giving it attention to help me feel better. Because a lot of this was to deal with my anxiety and my depression. To just make things a bit more manageable. Right now, as you can maybe hear, she's a bit upset because I had to shut her out. But either way, so I couldn't really interact with that other kitten. It was a fairly submissive cat. Kind of seemed like it was holding back, and I wasn't sure if it was just a matter of it being shy or anything like that. Because I couldn't really interact with it with how crazy the other one was. Sorry, guys. And across from those kittens was a cat that was just laying around, and I had seen her before. I had actually seen her before in the shelter. I had gone up and interacted with her before, so it's not like I didn't know she was there. I knew she was there. I knew she was still available. And, I mean, she seemed sweet, but she also seemed like she was kind of lazy, and it just... I wasn't looking for a super lazy cat. But Captain Zanuck talked me into seeing how she was outside of her cage and her enclosure and all, and see, you know, if I enjoyed her company a bit more in one of the interaction rooms. So we caught the attention of one of the volunteers and asked about her a bit, and we went into an interaction room and waited for them to bring her. One of the first things we noticed about her was that she can be very loud. And initially I wasn't too bothered, because I thought, you know, she's just being loud. She was being carried oddly, and most cats don't like being carried around. So we attributed her noise levels to how she was being carried and how she was being handled. Not that she was being handled badly, just she was overweight. And no matter what you do, how you carry an overweight cat, it's uncomfortable to them because of the excess weight that's on them. So yeah, she was a bit noisy, but we were like, okay, well, we'll deal with that when we get there. And first thing she did when she came in the room was go and hide under the bench that they had in there. And of course, my first reaction to a cat hiding from me is, oh, it's scared, okay, let's see how to comfort it. Which led us to the discovery that she is very food focused. They had treats available to give the pets, to encourage them to interact. And so they had some Temptations treats, and we pulled those out, and I started to catch the container from Captain Zanuck, and it slipped out of my hand and fell open. And little Rose went absolutely nutso crazy cat. She wanted those treats. She loved Temptations. And I mean, that's not a bad thing. We were able to, you know, straight away pinpoint exactly what she wanted as far as her food needs, which not a bad thing to do with a cat, because their diets are a bit more touchy than dogs. We're getting up really high up here. Let me grab that dirt and just put that in here. And so, you know, it was a good introduction, and she came out and decided to be a little more curious and investigate us and figure out what we wanted. And is that just a lot of rock by a lava pit, or are those a lot of animals by a lava pit? It's hard to tell. My gosh, the sky is pretty in this one. And the sun and the moon look really nice. There we go. Alright. So, no, we don't want, not the furnace, we want this. Yeah, there we go, crafting table. And while I initially wasn't quite sure about how she was reacting, once she actually started coming out of her shell with the treats and kind of coming out from under the bench and actually looking around, I realized that, you know, she really was a very sweet cat, and that I didn't have... I actually felt a bit of a connection with her. You know, she only has the 3 legs. And it limits her a little bit as far as jumping up and let's go this way. As far as jumping up and getting... Whoa! That was quite a fall. And interacting with me, but that's not a terrible thing, considering that now that I started doing YouTube videos, I don't really want her to constantly be coming up and interrupting me while I'm... Here goes the long jump. Okay, there we go. While I'm recording, so she can't exactly come up and jump into the camera or jump and try to interrupt my keyboard. Ooh, Marsh! Yay! But she seemed to not have a problem getting around on her own. She didn't seem to have a problem figuring out where she could go and what she could do. She wasn't getting stuck in anything as far as we could see. I mean, there were other things that could have, in case we come across any eggs, I'll grab these, that could have had an impact, but I didn't have a problem with any of them. Like, you know, so we may eventually need to give her some assistance with her back. I'm okay with that. You know, she was very sweet, and okay, so it was just stone. Still. Okay, fish. I know you are a tropical fish, but I'm sorry. Oh, you're blue and pretty. But I need the water more than I need a fish. So, I mean, overall, our first meeting with Rose was very nice. Watermelon! It went very well, and we didn't have a problem with her. She didn't have a problem with us. And since we had already decided, before even going into the shelter that day, that no matter what, we were coming out with a pet, because we wanted a pet, we decided she was the one. Whoa. Sorry guys, lag there, apparently. Ricochet. Ooh. There we go. All those watermelons. Yep. Got them. Okay. Let's get up here. Ooh, more watermelons! And admittedly, that's one of the things that everybody who goes to a shelter should really think about when it comes to actually going into the shelter. you need to be ready. If you do not feel you're ready, you can go in and look and all that stuff, but try to know if you're going to be ready for a pet. But since we knew at a very low level that, you know, we're ready for a cat, then we went ahead and we got Rose. Chickens! Hello, chickens. Do any of you have, yes, some eggs? Or a egg. That was a egg. But that's still something, because I can make a pumpkin pie with one egg. Ooh. Well, I do have a lot of coal. Let's make ourselves some torches. I don't know about going down very far, but I'm gonna need iron for armor. So better to go ahead and grab some when I can. Right. I hear zombies. We're going back up. So we took Rose home with us. Initially, she actually had a different name. Initially, her name was Helena. It didn't seem to fit her. It's a similar situation to the Prince situation, where Ghirardelli did not fit him name-wise. Where with Rose, I didn't really have anything that came straight to mind. Until spending a little time with her at home, trying to sort out her name. With Captain Zanuck, because we were brainstorming for a little while there, just trying to figure out what we could possibly. Oh, wrong button. Cancel. There we go. What we could possibly name her. No, I don't really want to go heading back yet. But I don't necessarily want to go into a jungle. Let's just kind of go along the edge. And eventually, I actually kind of looked over her coat and I spotted something on it. And it was just this swirl. She is a brown and white tabby. Best way to describe her. And she has a swirl pattern on her side. Ooh, surface iron! this. It's getting night. Come back up here. Down our furnace. This and add the iron. And then we'll sit down our bed. But yeah, she has a swirling pattern on her side that looks like how you would draw a basic rose. Like when you're a kid, you know how you can just draw a swirling pattern that connects and it becomes a rose. Well, that's what she had. And I realized, you know, Rose. Rose fits her. It's a very nice name. It fits her personality. So, why not? I'm still trying to see, guys, if I can make the fabric furnace work. Let's see. Maybe I'm gonna have to like actually look up what they have. But in the meantime, I think we're going to pause the story of Rose right here and continue on our adventure and that story in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell icon to keep up to date on all my videos. And remember to free the feral wildflower in you. Bye-bye!